this is how to play You Are My Sunshine, a very well-known melody, and this is my fingerstyle arrangement of it. So we have an alternating thumb throughout this, but a very simple melody. This is based in the key of G. This uses the G major scale for the melody and the chords G. This is just the standard G major, but this is what I nicknamed the fingerstyle G, because this way of playing a G with fingers 2, 3 and 4 allows the first finger to play some melodic notes specifically from the G major scale in this case. The other chords in the song are just the C chord and then just 2 notes from a D chord, but we hit an F sharp in the bass, and the reason for that is to keep the alternating thumb on the thicker 3 strings at all times, which is a bit of a principle here of fingerstyle playing. In this sort of style where you get an alternating bass, we have the thumb going between any of the thicker 3 strings, and then we assign fingers 1, 2 and 3 to the thinnest 3 strings like this, and we generally keep your thumb ahead of the fingers in this kind of fashion, and that is a couple of the principles of fingerstyle playing. If you want to know more about that, there are some links in the description to my fingerstyle course, some free samples and some of its premium, because I put together a structured course to help you guys out to really get to that next level of fingerstyle guitar, get to this kind of level really. But let's have a look at how to play this chord melody arrangement. So because the first note is the open D string, we're going to pluck it with the thumb, just the open string. We pluck string 3 with the first finger, middle finger 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then the melodic note is on the B string played with the middle finger, and then the thumb here is going to go between string 6 and 4, and we're going to stay on this G chord. So strictly, we don't need the little finger down on this G at all times because we're not going to play it. We don't even need the middle finger down, but it can be good practice just to keep this chord shape down while we're going. Can be good practice, but you don't have to. But what I would highly recommend you do is just make this G chord shape and just begin alternating from string 6 to string 4, just with the thumb on its own. Now of course you'd be doing it over here. I'm just trying to show you on a close-up because I've only got 2 cameras today. Okay, and if you play string 2 on beat 1 of a bar and repeat that for a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You should begin to see how we can put this together. So that first couple of bars one more time. Thumb on string 4, first finger, and then we're away. The melody was together. If that seems a little bit too difficult for you at the moment, my C major scale series and beginner fingerstyle songs are where I would recommend that you check out. The links are in the description. I'll link to something up here as well. But we'll move on to bar 5 from the tab, which is linked to in the description below, and you can get to download it and everything like that. Bar 5 on bar 5 starts with the thumb, and then thumb and first finger together. And that would be our first line complete, and that's all on the G chord, that top line. So a recap of the top line really slowly for you. Now that may take much longer than the 5 minutes we've just demoed it for to learn, because there may be some moves that you have to get down, but that's the nature of fingerstyle guitar, and if you work through the tab and have patience with it, you will be able to do this. But that's everything I wanted to cover there. It's quite repetitive from here on in, but we're going to change chord now to the C major chord. Now the thumb on the C is changing now between string 5 and 4. Whereas before it was 6 and 4. Well worth just repeating that a few times. And then we add the melody in. And it's virtually the same again, so let's cover this. This is after You Make Me Happy. You make me happy when skies are grey. There's our G major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Okay, even though it's not strictly do, re, mi, because it's the G major scale, it sounds the same. It's got that major scale sound. Highly recommend getting more familiar with the major scale if this is totally new to you. But that second line once again, so this is from bar 6. Basically the same again. You'll never. Third line, exactly the same. How much I love. The only note we had, you, was just that third string note played by the first finger in the middle of bar 12. So bar 10, this is the third line, the same as line 2. 3, 4. Bar 13, that was open 2, please don't take, and then we're on to the final line, and this is bar 14. Take my, so that's a note out of a C chord, please don't take my son. Now this is where we've gone to a D slash the F sharp. It's kind of a D5, a D power chord slash F sharp really. That's what we play there. Now notice that means that the thumb has only been going between string 6 and string 4 for this entire song, which as I say is a principle that we try and stick to as much as possible. It's not 100% a rule, it's just kind of good practice and something to get used to in the early days of playing fingerstyle. That's what we play. Melody, please don't take my sunshine away. And then we're back to the G. That final line. How much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. And then it could repeat again from the top. Let me just repeat the second half of this on its own, which is where we've got some new things happening. But it starts, so I'll go from bar 10 to the end, and then we'll go from the start to the end really slow so you can see every bits and pieces of it. Play through from the top, starting with the thumb. That's how to play You Are My Sunshine, and remember you'll get more fingerstyle songs and tutorials by clicking the links on the screen now. Full fingerstyle course at andyguitar.co.uk, including songbook and everything like that. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for the support, and I hope to see you in another video.